Welcome to Be Bold Branding. I'm Tanya Eberhardt, founder of BrandFace. We help real estate agents differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding. And in fact, we are the only comprehensive personal brand building system across the globe.
Hi, folks. I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company. And the reason we do Fearless Friday is to help you take the fear out of putting yourself out there. So welcome to the show. You're going to love it today.
Hey, we have a superstar on with us today. We love this woman. She has been a BrandFace agent for a while now, and we get a chance to check in with her a couple of years later and see how things are going. And so we would like to have a warm welcome to Miss Kathy White, who is in Whistler, British Columbia. Welcome, Kathy.
Thanks very much, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. It's been a great journey since connecting originally with BrandFace. My goodness, it was in early 2016.
Oh my gosh, so I'm off a year, Kathy.
Wow.
Wow.
Flies.
Wow, that is wild. That is wild. Well, I want to just kind of dive right in and say, why did you come into the BrandFace program in the first place, Kathy?
Well, part of my goal of getting back into business, and actually I think you are right, I think it was 2017. My God, time has gone by so quickly.
That's okay.
So, yeah, when I moved here from Vancouver Island, I was a realtor in British Columbia for over 22 years in a community called Nanaimo, just off the coast of Vancouver, and we relocated to Whistler. And as setting up my relaunch of my business branding, I connected with BrandFace through social media and your website information. And then I ended up attending one of your wonderful free webinars. It was very helpful, and it really helped me connect and see who you were as a business operation, and it made me feel comfortable to connect with you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, yeah. I remember our first conversation together, Kathy, and I remember you being so excited because you were kind of new to that area, at the time. And you were new. It was a new brand for you. You were kind of reintroducing yourself, and you were working with investors. And I remember feeling like, gosh, that is such a great fit for what ended up to be your brand identifier.
Right. And that initial conversation was really important to me to outline the benefits of focusing. Instead of trying to be the realtor for everybody, try to focus my brand on more of what I align with personally and in my real estate experience and career. And coming from being a managing broker for over 8 years and then teaching in the real estate business for over 10 years, I've really seen where realtors get distracted from keeping aligned with their business model and their clientele. And then clients send repeat and referral business because they like who they align with, who they resonate with, and you help me find those people. I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's good. That is so
Thank
good.
you.
Was there anything like that you were afraid of in coming into the program? Anything that about the program, about putting yourself out there, anything like that?
When I was certainly getting back into business, a lot of it feels like starting an engine. It's like getting a train out of the station. You often feel that you're not emotionally prepared for the ride, but you guys really helped me prepare and sort of differentiate myself. There are quite a few realtors in Whistler. There's a population currently of about 12,000 people in this resort, just an hour and a half north of Vancouver. So it's quite specific, and people have many options to choose from up here as far as getting their realty services. So I was afraid of the launch. It often is okay, yes, I want to do it, but I'm not sure if I'm going down the right path, and I didn't want to, it's important that you launch correctly so that you don't come across as being, I didn't want to be too boastful. I wanted to speak from my experiences, and I also wanted to align with my sporty lifestyle so that I could have clients that agree with who I am as a person and a business person, but also recognizing the fact that I do love to live in Whistler and ski and mountain bike. So they align with that sort of knowledge of who I am. And you really helped me develop that brand that aligns with who I am as a realtor and a sporty gal.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that for a minute. So your brand, tell us what your brand identifier is and how you feel that really fits you.
So the key words that came forward after talking with Tanya and Michael was lifestyle locator. And that just was a perfect fit. So for me and Whistler being a resort that's year round now, we get different types of visitors. And so explaining that to Tanya and Michael, who may never have been to this part of British Columbia before, it was great to get your perspective on a resort that you may never have seen. So, and trying to align with who my clients might be. So the brand identifier statement says, I help families and retirees to locate legacy homes or luxury retirement investments that are perfect for their deserving and active lifestyle.
That pretty much says it.
That was it.
That nails it. And what we loved about you, Kathy, is like you yourself, you are, like you mentioned, that sporty nature. There's so much else that really pulls that lifestyle locator brand into you, because you're a runner, you are a skier, you are a cyclist, you're a pilot, you coach and train or train real estate agents, and you also are on the tourism board. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Oh, and
so what do you do with the bulk of your time?
Yeah, really. She said one more. What's the one more?
The one more is after aligning with Lifestyle Locator is my give back to the community. And I think it's always important in our business model to give back. So one of the groups that I connected with up here is called Whistler Mac. And believe it or not, 55 plus people in Whistler can join this organization, and technically we're considered seniors in Whistler to get discounts at 55. Well, I can tell you there's 85-year-old skiers, 75-year-old mountain bikers who are in 10 times better shape than I am and have the mindset of a 20-year-old. You know, like that's what this resort is all about. It's engaging with people from around the world, and by connecting with this community has given me another advantage in the fact that we have 210 members in our group currently who are looking at downsizing from their family home that they've had here in Whistler, but I'm connecting with them in a different way from other realtors through my community interaction as the chair of that organization. So we're working on advocacy for seniors, social events, and how to connect with them online. And we, through our Facebook page, is very successful that way, and our website. So that, to me, was the give back piece. Aside from the charities that I donate to, I wanted to do something engaging in the community that in turn has actually connected me to the mayor, the council, again, Tourism Whistler for advocacy for senior tourism marketing, the Chamber of Commerce, and all the businesses. So it was an avenue of quietly reaching out to connect with the community that didn't make me feel so afraid because I had this group behind me.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So what would you say is the easiest part of the branding process?
Well, I think you have created a wonderful website and the modules. I would highly recommend that once people have signed up for that system is to go through the modules, answering the questions, digging deep, having those check-in phone call conversations with you guys really helped. And you know, going step by step and having fun in the process. We often forget, we get so focused on the outcome, we forget to have fun with the process. So for me, it was learning to let go and be open to new ideas, because I've always done real estate this way. Maybe it's better to open it up and try different avenues and move forward. So that was my mantra, just let go and enjoy the process. That was, the modules were great.
Awesome. Well, so what was the hardest, you think? What was the hardest part?
You know, I think you'll both agree, and I know many of the realtors that have come through your system would say that it's the biography. It's so hard to write about ourselves. And you both have such a kind and progressive way of, and kind is a key word I wanted to bring forward, because it helps us go, oh, I guess we are okay. You know, we forget to talk about those life experiences and our career experience in a proactive way that will help us with our marketing plans and with our development of our client database and aligning ourselves in the right way to help people that that they want to be helped. You know, like speaking to your audience, you really helped me clarify that, you know, lifestyle with retirees and families coming up here to Whistler is actually true. That's who my clients are.
Right.
It has come to fruition. So that biography is a good way of integrating into my marketing materials, into my website, my lifestyle locator blog, Instagram, all my accounts. And your social calendar is fantastic for scheduling those things. I'm not as diligent to it, but I try to do it at least weekly. I'm on LinkedIn as well, so that there's different avenues for people to connect with you, because real estate is such a global world now, especially they often say in real estate studies, 95% of the people are online before they even connect with a realtor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's our social footprint, as they say?
Exactly.
So I would say really it was just the biography about myself that was the hardest.
Yeah. I know you had a lot of fun with your photo shoot. You put the
Yeah.
ski suit on, you put the skis over your shoulder, because really you're portraying that lifestyle, and that's what sells, right? And I remember talking about the fact that brand identifier lifestyle locator is perfect for sellers and buyers, right? Buyers are looking to locate that lifestyle, but sellers need to know that they have a real estate agent who understands that lifestyle and can sell it to their buyers. So it works beautifully both ways. And I'm so proud of you, Kathy. We talk about you all the time because you jumped in with both feet. You owned that lifestyle locator.
No doubt. Yeah.
You are the lifestyle locator there.
Thanks.
And we're so proud of the accomplishments that you've made, because you took it all the way through everything.
Right.
You embraced it in every single thing you do. And which leads me to the next question. A lot of times people don't even realize what a good, strong, fully developed brand can do for them in terms of their own self-confidence. And a lot of people come into this program, they have plenty of confidence in their own abilities to do the job, things like that. But I think they don't even really realize what change it causes inside themselves when they've got everything, that whole brand all put together, and they know, when they walk into a room, they feel, and that's my question to you, how does your brand make you feel?
You know what? It makes me feel aligned and proud. Those were the two words that came to mind when thinking about this whole realty career experience so far up here in Whistler, is that I wanted to align with a brand that resonated with me and that I could use in websites and marketing, and also the logo that you guys created for me. I really appreciate it. It actually blends in both in color and black and white very well in my marketing materials. And it's allowed me to try, with living that brand, I'm trying new things I wouldn't have tried before. So, for example, awesome. I connected through a really great coffee house up here called crankcoffee.ca. Very nice young couple. I've interviewed them on Anchor FM, which is the blog post podcast that I use, that platform. And Carmen and Trevor were really engaging. And so what I did was I branded, he has a grocery and other service delivery that he takes up to some of the estate houses here in Whistler. And for people that are coming into town from around the world, they like to have a house that's all set up with groceries and things like that. So I've branded with him, with my marketing materials and the box that the groceries go in and get delivered to these $5 to $10 million houses, so that they're introduced to me in a new and different way. So where I can try and expand the use of that brand, I'm really trying, because I'd like to use it more I may even get a ski jacket embossed with a logo on it, so that people know when I'm skiing on the chair, they'll ask me a question. Oh, lifestyle locator, what's that all about? That's where I meet a lot of my clients, is actually on the ski hill, at open houses, and certainly in the community when we're out biking in the summer.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic, because that is totally living what you are. Like it just really summed up everything that the program wanted you to get out of, and you got out of the program, and you live in it just like that. Because we do want to meet, because those people are people you get along with anyway, because they're doing the same stuff you're doing.
Right.
That's right.
And they are your people, or at least a better encapsulated group of your people, right? And then, at some point they're going to need real estate services,
And I would say it's been a bit of a surprise over the last few years of working in this brand, is that some of the client profiles of people I thought I would work with have changed quite a bit. So, the age group, I thought I would only work with retirees because I'm 55 plus, right. But I'm really enjoying the aspect of adding in families and seeing them enjoy the resort through the eyes of their children, and just the growth of that market has been a wonderful, surprising part of the process. So I'm glad we add that in, because I didn't see that. You saw that as we were working on my brand identifier. I really appreciated that.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
That brand is just, and everything you brought to that brand. When we say lifestyle locator, that's just a brand identifier. That is your
right.
tagline. That's what you're known as. You are the lifestyle locator, but
right.
you're Kathy, a lifestyle locator. So that brand is built around you, Kathy. It's not about, the brand identifier. It's about you. Living as that lifestyle locator. And that's what we love so much about it. And the fact that you do your own podcast now and you interview people in the community is bravo. We love that. We love that. And the creativity.
And it's great cross-marketing for them as well. And it's companies that I believe are doing an excellent job in the community, and they see the benefit of the cross-marketing. And, I'm trying to promote, a lot of them are shy to get out there. And so I'll encourage them to join with you for doing their brand business updates, because you do not only real estate, but you do other businesses as well.
Yes, absolutely. But I love the creativity with the grocery boxes, Kathy. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, it sort of takes my question, can you think of any other way that your brand has set you apart and helped you secure business? Really, that was one of them.
Yeah, that's very innovative. I don't know of anyone else doing that in the Valley. And it's a great way. Most of my clientele in these early stages of a real estate career in a new community, you're going to be a buyer's agent. And most of my sellers have learned about me through actually open houses where I've had the branding materials along with the brochure information about the property. So they've learned about me, and I often send out my links on to encourage them to link with me online. Certainly I try and have the advantage where a lot of people are seeing the lifestyle label in my advertising in the newspaper here in town. It's something as simple as that. A lot of things about branding, and I know many of people over my years of career experience and yours would say marketing is a full circle activity. You can't just pinpoint one specific thing. They may say, well, I saw your website, I saw your blog, I saw your podcast, or I listened to your podcast. All of it strengthens the lifestyle locator brand. When I have someone come in and specifically say, I'm working with you because of your marketing and I love that lifestyle locator, most of the time it's a well-rounded marketing plan that brings them to me. And then they are kind enough to refer me to their friends and family. They like it. The brand and myself, they go, you know what, Kathy, that really works for you. That's who you are. So even they, my colleagues in the industry, are saying, I'm happy to send my clients to you because you align with that brand.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah.
So there are other real estate agents out there who are afraid to put themselves out there. They really don't know how to, how to rebrand themselves, or they don't know what's going to happen when they do. They're just afraid of it, And what would you say to them about becoming a BrandFace agent?
I would say step aside from your fears. Just take a step back and say, there is an acronym for the word fear: false evidence appearing real. We get so caught up in the worry and the fear of the launch, which was my fear. And I can't thank you guys enough for helping me through that process. So I would say reach out, connect with both Tanya and Michael, and go to their webinars, watch a Fearless Friday. At some point you have to launch. You have to push the button. You can't just, as somebody said, done is better than perfect. Yeah. So just get it done. And I would say it helped me really refocus my realty career. Because I had been in the business for 22 years, it was time to refresh. So refresh yourself, relaunch, refocus. Those are the words that came to mind when I get fearful about trying something new, is just, you know what, if it doesn't work out, at least give it a try. Implement some consistency in your business plan, and then use BrandFace to help you focus on connecting with your clients in a more targeted way, and also saving money. Because when you start analyzing the value that your program brings, it's very cost effective. When I've seen other realtors out there spending 20, 50, you can spend as much as you like. I've seen people spend up to $100,000 to launch their careers, but in the end of the day, within 2 years, they were out of the business. And it's really heartbreaking for us to see that as professionals. We like to encourage people to find a path that works for you. And certainly BrandFace is one of the best I've ever encountered. So
you're very kind.
just
Thank
do
you.
it. Be bold.
Be bold. I love it. I love it. Prosperity.
I love it, Kathy. Gosh, you're awesome. We you going all in, and I have to say you've been with us for, we don't know if it's 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's 2 to 3 years. It feels like family. It feels wonderful.
Well, thank you for saying that. And you are family to us. And we just so appreciate all of your support, because you still show up on those Wednesday webinars very often. And that's going on a long time now. We've been doing those about 6 years now.
Yeah.
So
they're great.
Thank you for being so supportive and being the greatest example of a BrandFace ever. You're awesome. So
and we haven't been to Whistler, but we are coming to Whistler. So
good. Yeah, come in the summer when it's lovely and warm. If you like the sightseeing up here, hiking and mountain biking is certainly, and we get to see wonderful concerts through the summer as well. And if you're brave enough, I mean, it's not that cold. We were talking earlier about Whistler is in a range just north of Vancouver where the snow conditions don't get as cold as some of the Colorado mountains or Wyoming, but it's certainly one of the best ski hills in the world.
There you go. You can say it.
You can say it.
Got an open forum here.
And I certainly Vail Resorts bought Whistler Blackcomb a few years ago now. And so people who have an Epic Pass can ski at Blackcomb for a very discounted price. So we get a lot of Vail Resort people coming up, and it's wonderful to connect. And I'd like to get out to those mountains in the future. But when you live in Whistler, it's kind of hard to leave.
It's kind of hard to leave.
I bet it is. And we'll give you one final shout out here,
sure,
Kathy, because there's going to be a lot of agents listening, both BrandFace agents and agents who are out there just wondering what we're up to, right? Mm-hmm. And I would say, if you have anybody that's considering moving to the Whistler area, that's your woman right there, the lifestyle locator, Kathy White. So send business her way, and you couldn't possibly send it to a better agent. So
thanks.
You bet. Well, thank you for coming on, Kathy.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been. Hey, folks, listen, if you have any questions about your brand, or you wonder if you have a brand, and you want to talk about your brand, or you want to learn more about a brand, you can meet up with us at discussyourbrand.com. That is discussyourbrand.com, and you can schedule a free 30-minute session with our staff, and we'd love to talk to you and just see where you're at and where you want to go.
Yep, and we also invite you to join our brand new Facebook group called Build Your Real Estate Brand. Build Your Real Estate Brand. You're going to find access and content and information there that you will not find anywhere else. So the gates are open for you now.
And Kathy already gave you a little bit of it, folks. We always end these things with something that's very important. Prosperity is very important to us, but it's not just about the money. It's prosperity in the whole 360 of what that means, for a good, abundant life. So we believe totally that prosperity favors the bold, folks. So be bold, especially with your brand, just like Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
See you later.
All right. See you next time on Fearless Friday, guys.